Welcome back to DPSN. Last week with my game predictions, I went 12-4, bringing my season record to 22-10, which it's good overall, but it's not great. I need to improve on it. So this week, I need to do even better than 12-4. First game on Thursday, September 23rd, the Carolina Panthers at the Houston Texans. The Carolina Panthers defense has looked legit this year. They have been great, and I'm taking them, especially with no Tyrod Taylor playing for Houston. Up next, the Buffalo Bills versus the Washington football team. Buffalo's good. They're going to win this game. I think this will be the start where they're starting to get back to last season form. Josh Allen starts to look great again, and they pick up a good win over Washington. The Cleveland Browns play the Chicago Bears on Sunday, and I expect the Bears to win this game. There's no way Justin Fields in his first career start is going into Cleveland and beating a team as talented as Cleveland. There's no way. The Browns are winning it. Up next, the Ravens versus the Detroit Lions. The Lions looked good for the first half against Green Bay, but then they just vanished. Whereas the Ravens picked up a huge win over Kansas City, and they are so much better than Detroit. They will win this game. It's my lock of the week. Put money on it. The Ravens are winning this game. Next up, Arizona Cardinals versus Jacksonville Jaguars. Let's be real. The Cardinals have looked great. Trevor Lawrence and the Jags have not. The Cardinals are winning this game, even though they're on the road. The LA Chargers at the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs aren't going to lose back-to-back games, and they're not losing this one at home. The Chargers, they're good, but they're not on the same level as the Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes is going to shred them. Austin Eckler will have a great game for the Chiefs, I know that, but it won't be enough for them to pick up a win. The next game's actually going to be a very good one, I think. The New Orleans Saints at the New England Patriots will be very interesting because it's time to see whether the Saints are the team we saw in Week 1 or the team we saw in Week 2. And for the Patriots, it's time to see whether they're the team we saw in Week 1 or the team we saw in Week 2. I think that the Saints are going to bounce back after a rough loss to the Panthers and pick up a big road win in New England to advance to 2-1. Up next, we have probably the two worst teams so far playing off against each other with the Atlanta Falcons at the New York Giants. This is not one I'm looking forward to. There's no reason for this game to happen. They both are bad, but one of them has to win, so I'll take the Giants, I guess, in New York. Then the AFC North rivalry between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cincinnati Bengals is always a good one to watch. Last year, the Bengals had a big upset win over them late in the season, and this year, the Steelers' offense has not looked good. The defense, yeah, it's good, but that offense has not been able to move the ball. I think the Steelers' defense will do enough to get them this win, but later down in the season, I don't know if the Steelers' offense can get it done. Then, from one division game to another division game, the AFC South, we see the Indianapolis Colts versus the Tennessee Titans. Carson Wentz is out with 2 sprained ankles. They're not going to be good without him. The Titans are going to win this game. Then we have the Denver Broncos hosting the New York Jets, and oh boy, was Zach Wilson seeing ghosts last week. He threw 4 interceptions against the Patriots, couldn't get the ball going at all, just looked awful, and I think the Bronco defense is better than the Patriot defense, so I think it's going to be another rough game for Zach Wilson, and the Broncos will pick this one up, advancing to 3-0. And up next, the Las Vegas Raiders versus the Miami Dolphins. Tua's hurt. It's Jacoby Brissett in for the Dolphins, I think. It's in Vegas, and Vegas has looked good. They beat the Ravens and they beat the Steelers, and I think they're going to beat the Dolphins, and it also advanced to 3-0. The next game is my game of the week. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Tom Brady, Gronk, and all those boys, the Super Bowl champions, come to LA to play Matthew Stafford, Aaron Donald, Jalen Ramsey, and the Los Angeles Rams. My personal pick to go to the Super Bowl for the NFC this year. And because they are my pick to go to the Super Bowl, I think they will win this game. They will make a big statement showing they are the best team in the NFC, and they will beat the defending Super Bowl champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Up next, we have a Seattle Seahawks team coming off a bad loss versus the Minnesota Vikings. What can I say about them? Their franchise is cursed. Greg Joseph, 37-yarder, misses it for the win. They had their chance to win last week. They blew it. They're not going to get a chance this week. Seattle's going to beat them. And for Sunday Night Football, we have the Green Bay Packers versus the San Francisco 49ers. Now, the Packers O-line is beat up. Their linebacking core without Zadarius Smith hasn't been great. Their pass rush isn't good. And on the flip side, the 49er pass rush is pretty good. Their running backs are beat up. All of them are out. In San Francisco, everything's pointing to a San Francisco victory. And all of you are going to say the Niners win this game because of the past games they've had where the Niners just dominate the Packers. But I cannot go against my Green Bay Packers. I am putting my faith once again in Aaron Rodgers and Matt LaFleur, and they will beat San Francisco and become 2-1. And then finally on Monday Night Football, we have the Dallas Cowboys hosting the Philadelphia Eagles in another great divisional rival game. Both these teams have looked pretty solid so far this year, but I like Dallas's offense a lot. Their offense moves the ball, and their defense hasn't been extremely bad this year. So for that reason, I'm taking Dallas to win this game and advance 2-1 on the year. Thank you for watching. That's all I got for you guys today. I'm Dylan Oliver, and I will see you next time.